I want you to imagine you're heading to the airport for a spring break trip and you get this alert from your airport. Arrive 4 to 5 hours ahead of your flight because of super long TSA lines.
Currently in the Austin security line, and this is how long it is.
There's the airport, and here's the line. Finally at the end, and here's the airport again.
The line's getting pretty long.
Look at the line, y'all. If y'all coming to the airport, ABIA, it's all the way back here. Damn.
I should have stayed home.
If you planned a vacation for spring break or any time in the near future,
Joke's on you.
you have a hell of a surprise waiting for you when you get to the airport. Let's look at what's going on in these airports right now with TSA. What it look like, TV?
I am back. What it do, baby?
YouTube's own Varnell Hill.
Did ya miss me?
Your very own spokesman for the Insidians. We're inside and we're comfortable.
They're so comfortable.
And I'm back with another one. And today, y'all, we're gonna go back into the airport, man. 2 weeks ago, we was talking about the airports in Mexico, the little incidents that was going on with Mexico. Last week, we was talking about a couple incidents that happened in the airports in Dubai. And this week, we're gonna be talking about the incidents happening in American airports all across the country right now that TSA funding has been cut because of this little mini government shutdown. It's spring break right now. It's a lot of people that's trying to travel and vacation, and the airport is a mess.
Millions of spring break travelers are on the move, hacking airports, all while funding for the Department of Homeland Security is halted, and 60,000 TSA workers are receiving their first $0 paycheck.
I have 3 kids, a wife who depend on me to go to work, and they depend on me to feed them, to take care of them.
Since the shutdown, more than 300 TSA workers have quit, and callouts have more than doubled. This after chaotic scenes and long lines like these in Houston, New Orleans, and Atlanta. And this morning, the TSA exclusively sharing this video with GMA, now being played in airports nationwide, warning passengers about longer than average wait times and staffing shortages due to the shutdown.
Avoid checking a bag, do your best to carry on. Arrive early, 3 hours before a domestic flight, 4 hours for international travel, and always look out for the latest updates from your airline and airport.
This is TSA, so you know TSA just isn't a local thing. This is a national thing. So the whole country is affected right now.
Hopefully we make our 3 p.m. flight. Not likely.
Imagine we went outside all the way over there, and back all the way outside.
All right, we have made it back upstairs. Yay! Brazil and all of this. So it's 3:23. Our flight has officially taken off. We're still here in the queue.
If you have a flight coming up, you'll need to get to the airport extra early. The TSA is warning that a growing number of its officers are quitting. And that's leading to those long lines at airports across the country. TSA employees have been working without pay, still are, and they're about to miss their second paycheck in a row tomorrow. This is because of that partial government shutdown, that shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security. No funding, and there's no end in sight for this.
I can't even get on here and be mad at TSA and say I don't understand, because that's a grueling job to begin with, and then expect someone to deal with the general public all day long, every day, and do it for free. Yeah, they're expecting a lot out of people. I can see why people are quitting in large numbers, but that's going to do nothing for the people that's in the airport right now trying to get to their destination.
So this is what happens when you don't want to pay your people.
Hashtag standing for your rights.
Our flight leaves in an hour. I just got a message saying please arrive 3 hours early because of delays.
We're in the parking garage. This isn't even through the airport or downstairs. Let's now move. The back of the line is now over there.
Back inside the airport.
We still have to go all the way around and then over there. This is insane. Where are they? This is insane.
A lot of people are going to know they're going to leave. Because if they don't leave, then wherever they're going, that flight's late, the next flight's late, they can't afford that. They already paid for the tickets, so they're leaving without us. They're not waiting for anybody.
Yeah. How did I show up almost 6 hours early for my flight and still stressed about missing it? No, seriously. Look at this. This video is sped up 2.6x. And it's still taking forever. Child, the TSA line was so long, it went from check-in, past baggage claim, and all the way down to passenger pickup. Like, huh? At this point, the line looks like it's about to leave the airport itself, okay? And you know the lines were long because from time to time, you had people set up in little carts passing out waters and snacks to keep us from passing out. Because some of us had been standing in line for 4 hours. Even the news showed up because I don't think anybody has ever seen anything like this before. So apparently, travelers flying out of the Houston Hobby Airport are dealing with hour-long TSA lines because of the staffing shortages tied to the government shutdown. When I tell you, it feels like these people just said, y'all got it, and left the rest of us to figure it out ourselves. The wild part is 2.2 million people are expected to fly through or to Houston this month alone. So I am curious about how this is about to play out for the long term. Because if this is the preview, girl. Now granted, I had a time in Houston. Houston don't owe me nothing. I enjoyed myself, but I am not going to lie. This line might make me rethink coming back anytime soon, because how you show up 5.5 hours early and still feel like you're about to miss your flight? At this point, the plane might leave, come back, and I'll still be in line. And just in case you haven't noticed, the line is still going.
This is not what flyers hope to see arriving at the New Orleans airport Monday morning. Only some TSA lines open due to staffing shortages stemming from soaring sick calls. The line snaking its way through the terminal for a second straight day. Sunday, people were in line for hours, stretching out into the parking garage.
I was here 3 weeks ago during Mardi Gras, and it was no problem. This is insane.
I had to change my flight, so rather than a 3 p.m. flight, it is now a 8 p.m. flight.
At Houston's Hobby Airport, wait times topped 3 hours Sunday, and by Monday, the line was still at least 2 hours long just to get to security.
We had missed both our flights.
Now some airports are telling flyers to get here at least 3 hours before their flights. The second prolonged government shutdown since October is taking a toll on some of the government's lowest paid workers. The more than 50,000 TSA officers on the job will miss a full paycheck this week and have no idea when the next one will come, driving the spike in sick calls.
We don't need a promise of a paycheck. We need a paycheck. We can't go to the bank with a promise.
With a political stalemate continuing in Washington, a trip to the airport means a flight of uncertainty at airports nationwide. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Phoenix.
I love how they keep trying to put it like they just experiencing a large number of call-offs. Like this is just coming out the clear blue. No, people are not showing up to work because they're not getting paid. Just report the news the way it is. A lot of TSA agents aren't showing up because they're not getting paid, and that's fair because you get paid for the services rendered. And if you rendering services and nobody's paying you, then you shouldn't be showing up to work if you want to be technical about it. But it's a lot of people out there that think because they got, TSA pre-check or, fast flight or whatever you call a little boarding pass where you can skip the line, whatever the fast pass is for the airport, you think because you got that all this extra line and all this fuss isn't going to affect you. Nah, you got a line that you got to wait in now. It is no fast pass no more until they take care of all this. It ain't no fast pass. It's one long behind line.
Hey, I just arrived at Austin Airport. I just finished South by Southwest. And the line for TSA pre-clear, so that is supposed to be the fastest line to get through pre-check, was out the door, around the corner. Like, here we are right here. See all that? All the way out the door. And that's because Friday, today, is the first day when TSA pre-workers don't get their paychecks. So they're not showing up. There's been a partial government shutdown against, with the Department of Homeland Security since February 14th, okay? It's almost a month now from that shutdown. And it's a mess. These people next to me, they're all TSA pre, and the line is around the corner.
I just can't do it, man. Don't sign me up, man. I'll be somewhere I could drive to and drive back home. The most I want to deal with is some traffic. The airport stress and drama is just too much, man. Now, this is 3 weeks in a row where we was covering some people that was supposed to be on a vacation or a holiday, however you reference it, and it's been total hell getting to the destination and from the destination. So it's just not worth it to me because I could not imagine waiting in one of these lines for 3-4 hours only to get to the front of the line and then all of a sudden have to go through this.
Take your laptops and electronics out the bag. If you got a hoodie on, take it off. Take it off. How many times you gotta get touched? Sorry, is this your bag? Slide it down.
Stop yelling at me.
Man, you get to the front of the line, they be up there losing their mind, man. Especially if you don't know the process. Be ready to get yelled at or talked to like a damn idiot. Especially if you flying out of Philly. If you flying out of Philly, you better have some tough skin, man. It's going to get real if you get up there and start acting like you don't know what you're supposed to do. But anyway, man, imagine, let's just take it even further, man. I'm feeling silly right now. Imagine if you went through all that, you got through the pre-check. Now you go out and you waiting for your plane and you go sit. You go and you sitting down, so you finally get to sit down. And you look out the window and you see this. What you gonna do, man? Be honest, man. You just paid $50 to park. You just waited in line for 4.5 hours. You just went through boot camp at the scanners to get through, the check. what you gonna do? You gonna still get on the plane? You gonna jump on that spared flight with the duct tape wing?
Hell to the no, no.
Hit me up in the comment section and let me know. But people keep going on these vacations, man, and every week these airports are becoming more and more of a mess, man. Y'all hit me up in the comment section and tell me how y'all feel about everything y'all have just witnessed.
Tell me how you felt about what just happened there.
And if you made it to this point in the video, you are my MVP.
It was a stone groove, my man.
I'm out of here.
This morning at some airports around the country, those massive wait times not going away anytime soon.
I travel the world. I've never seen anything like this.
At Hobby Airport in Houston, passengers instructed to arrive for their flights 3 to 4 hours ahead of time due to TSA staffing shortages caused by the partial government shutdown.
Crazy. This is the first time I've ever experienced anything like this.
The delays potentially impacting thousands of spring break travelers making their way through Houston's 2 airports. More than 2.5 million daily passengers are traveling through America's airports.
Come on, 2 lines, 2 escalators. Let's go, let's go.
Louis Armstrong Airport in New Orleans struggling to manage lines out to the parking garage, the mayor urging caution.
TSA agents didn't receive a paycheck, so you have a lot of the workforce that has called in sick, which is causing these huge lines.
Johnny Jones is the treasurer for the union representing TSA workers.
The thing that I'm going to tell passengers is, please, it's not our fault. If people can't come to work because they no longer have funds.